Welcome, guys, to our podcast video today.
Podcast.
Podcast. Uh,
Well, let me
is
put
this still gonna be
this.
under our main YouTube?
Yes,
So it's
it's
gonna
just
still be
gonna
weekly
be.
yappers, but
So this is gonna be for the weekly yappers. It's just gonna be a different section of it. Um, it's gonna be called ayquespooky.
hi, spooky.
We're still working on the intro, but um, I made a poll on Instagram, and the more like out of the four names that I had, it was the more liked one.
Yeah,
So we went with that one because we're choosing to hear the followers or the friends and family.
I'll be honest, guys. What we're doing today is not in my best comfort zone, so don't judge.
Be
Cause,
nice to him.
but in all reality, guys, we're trying this out. We got these little mic stands. I think they're pretty cool.
So as a first episode, we want to talk a little bit about like what it's going to be and what to expect. Um we're going to start off with reading legends. For him it's going to be California legends since he was
Yeah.
born here. And for me it's going to be Chilean folklore and legends. It's going to be little like brief stories, so it's not going to be nothing crazy. But just like as a little intro to where we come from, in a sense, since it's legends related to that. And yeah, um, you guys can let us know what you want to hear next, any stories. We also want to eventually read your guys' stories. So if you ever want to submit them, I'm going to create a Gmail specifically for you guys to submit your stories. And for now, until we get stories from followers, we can do Reddit stores.
Stores.
I'm gonna start by reading My Legends. So it's an immersive story inspired by the real Chilean folklore, and it's set in Santiago, the capital.
Okay.
It's not a retell of any single legend, but a narrative that waves many of them together. That's pretty much what I'm getting to. So it's called La Noche de las Sombras, which means the shadowy night or the night of the shadows.
Okay.
It's a tale of Santiago and the old legends of Chile. On a crisp autumn evening in Santiago, when the Andes glowed violet and the city lights flickered like thousand tiny stars, Valentina, which is our main character, hurried down Las Tarrias Street. The air buzzed with cafe chatter and street music, but she felt oddly alone, watched, and even her abuela's voice echoed in her head. Nunca ignores las historias de nuestra tierra, aquí los espíritus caminan con nosotros. Which means, don't ever ignore the stories of our earth,
Mm.
because here the spirits walk with us.
Oh shit. Okay.
Valentina always brushed it off as stories that typical grandmas would tell you.
All right.
She always said the legends were for the countryside, for places like Chiloé and Atacama, not the modern streets of Santiago. But this night felt different. She had stayed late at the university archives, researching Chilean folklore for her thesis, which is a very important exam that you take for your career in Chile. Pages about El Trauco, El Caleuche, and even La Llorona still swam in her thoughts as she headed back home. She laughed at herself, thinking, I'm just being crazy, and it's just in my head because of my grandma. Then the lights flickered. A cold wind cut through the streets, despite the stillness of the evening. As she was walking home, the chatter stopped, the musicians paused, and a stray dog whimpered and hid behind a bench. Valentina stopped, and from the shadows of Cerro Santa Lucia, a soft wail drifted in the wind, and all you could hear was, Ay, mis hijos. Her heart froze. She had grown up hearing the wails and stories, the lament of La Llorona, wandering in eternal grief. No puede ser, Valentina muttered. It can't be, she said, backing away. Across the plaza, a shape moved, white, long-haired, floating just above the ground, tears shimmering in her cheeks, but her eyes were empty. The figure turned toward Valentina, and suddenly, a whisper rasped behind her. Corre. Run.
Run.
An old man stood beside her. She recognized him. He sold a traditional drink called mote con huesillo near the park. But tonight, his eyes glowed strangely. No debiste leer esas historias a esa hora, he warned her. Cuando uno recuerda los mitos, ellos recuerdan a uno, which means you shouldn't have read those stories at this hour. When you tell the stories of the legends remember you.
Damn.
Before she could answer, the ground trembled. A deep rumble, like the heartbeat of the mountains. From the far end of the park, a new sound rippled. A faint flap, 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 like wings cutting through air. A dark bird, too big for a hog, echoed. Tue, 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 tue.
The way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Valentina gasped. That's the name of the bird. Tue, tue. It's a witch bird from old indigenous Chilean Mapuche tales. It means dark magic and death when you see it. The old man grabbed her wrist with surprising strength. We must reach the river, he said. But the Mapocho River, he cuts her off as she was saying that. Ese río ha visto más almas que cualquier cementerio, which means that river has seen more souls than any other cemetery.
Damn.
They hurried through the quiet streets. Even the traffic seemed to hold its breath. On every shadowed corner, figures with twisted limbs, like the imbuche of Chiloé, small shapes darting like the trauco, and the tree spirit said to enchant and curse. As they crossed the bridge towards Bella Vista, a strange fog rolled from the river. A whisper sound rose, like sailors singing far at the sea. Then through the mist, glowing lights flickered, lanterns on a ghostly ship moving silently along the Mapocho waters. El Caleuche, the mythical ship from the south, appearing where no ocean should touch. Sailors with eyes like pearls watched her, and haunting violin played from the deck. Valentina trembled. This can't be real, she said. The old man finally spoke his true name, soft and ancient, like rust leaves. Yo soy un calcú, guardián de fronteras entre lo que ves y lo que nunca deberías ver. A frontier guardian between what you see and what you should have never seen. A small woven charm. The legends pulsed, wailing, flapping, whispering, and the ghostly ship began to fade. But before we turned to silence, one voice lingered near Valentina's ear, a woman's whisper like cold river water. No olvides nuestras historias. Don't forget our stories. The street lights blinked back on, the music returned, and the cars honked. The world resumed like nothing ever happened. The old man gone. Only a single Chiloé woven charm remained in Valentina's hand. And from that day forward, every night her window faced the Andes mountain. She swore she could hear faint echoes drifting through Santiago, a distant crying, a woman crying for her kids, and a beating wing, tew-tew. And sometimes, very faintly, the haunting violin of a ship that should have never sailed these waters, right?
Yeah.
Santiago is modern, busy, and loud, but beneath is concrete and glass. The old Chile still breathes, and its legends never truly die. They simply wait to be remembered.
That's it. Wow. um, I don't even
So
know,
that's about 3 to 4 of the legends that are mostly known over there.
and they're known to this day. Till
Yeah.
this day. Okay.
But I specifically chose to read it first because the second one I have, it's about one of the ship that's talked about in the story. The
Okay.
Caleuche is the ship that I was raised pretty much knowing of. It's the most like top one legend over there.
Okay.
There's other ones, but one of them is about like a dwarf that
A dwarf.
seduces women, gets them pregnant, and they have no like recognition of what happened. So they just end up pregnant and they don't know how. So that to me is a little odd
That
to
little
talk
motherfucker.
about.
That little motherfucker had game, bro. What the
It's a little
fuck?
odd for me to talk about that one because I'm just like, I don't want to talk about that
Have
dwarf.
you heard about like the women that got seduced, like having those kids, and do they come out as
Yeah, they do
dwarfs?
have kids, but they just come out normal.
Oh,
But they just don't recall having any sexual interactions with anyone. So that's where the legend comes, where there's like a random dwarf that gets people pregnant. But to be honest, I think that's just to justify girls getting pregnant and not wanting to tell who the baby daddy is. So that's why I don't
uh,
talk about that one. But the ship one, it's like the most known one over there. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna talk about that one. And also, FYI, if I say things a little weird or I need confirmation with how to say them, it's because English is not my first language, which is why this podcast is bilingual, because he doesn't speak Spanish. I speak
oh,
English, but I have my moments, especially reading something where I'm like really getting into it.
but
Sometimes it
you don't
comes out.
sound terrible. You don't even sound terrible. You don't sound bad. You sound just
Yeah, it's just certain words that like I'm not like 100% about. So transitioning from the story I just told you,
okay.
I'm gonna get into directly the history of El Caleoche, which is the ship.
That's what it's called. El Caloche. El Caloche.
Caleoche.
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 Yes.
Caleoche.
The origins of this legend, and I'm just gonna give you like a background and then why it's so known.
Quick question, real quick though.
Mhm.
Is that ship still around?
Allegedly, yes.
Like
But it
people,
happens in like the countryside of Chile.
like it's still
Especially, okay, so background. It's supposed to be in Chiloé, which is a island pretty much over there. And that island is known for not just the ship. It has
okay.
like at least 3 other legends because it's like the most active one.
Okay.
So hopefully one day we can go. I mean, we can
I mean,
test it out.
we'll get into that
Especially
later.
everything but the dwarf.
But we'll get into that later. But traveling maybe in the blogs too. We'll see if you guys know.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool, right?
But yeah, I mean, we have a trip coming up, guys. Don't worry, and give us 2 more weeks and we'll be there. Not too crazy,
Yes. Okay, but
but go ahead.
we'll have a weekly episode probably, so you guys can comment what you want to see next.
Yeah,
But
sure.
now it's time for the tale of the Caloche.
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 Caloche. Hi, spooky.
Origins of the legend are uncertain, but perhaps El Caloche is a distant memory of the early Spanish ships and European explorers, adventurers who sailed around the southern tip of the Southern America, then northwards up the coast on their voyages of exploration. Such ships must have been an awesome sight to these people, especially if lit up at night and would probably have made a lasting impression, appearing as if they were from another world, which the islanders thought about. The Chiloé archipelago is situated off the coast of Chile, and the people who live on these islands are isolated from the mainland and are forced by circumstances to be independent and self-sufficient. Their island society evolved and developed around the natural resources of the environment. And being in the island folk, the sea is a big part of their lives. They evolved their own ways of explaining the world, which grew into their own unique mythology and folklore. And many of the stories revolve around the sea, which is why the main story is about the ship, and it's about like a mermaid.
A mermaid?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the stories tells how the sea is kept clear of the dead bodies of those who are drowned at sea, who must sail for eternity on a ghostly ship called El Caleuche.
Okay.
This strange phantom ship is believed to be a living being that is always awake and on its guard against unwanted intruders. It appears as a shining white ship with 3 masts that carry 5 sails. The legend tells how it blazes with lights from all its windows and how the sound of music and revelry is heard floating across the water from the ship as if some great celebration is underway. Some who have seen it have tried to get near it, but according to tradition, it disappears as soon as another ship sails too, and is believed to have the capacity to travel underwater.
Some fucking
Pretty
like,
much Jack
Caribbean
Sparrow
shit.
style.
Caribbean shit. There,
Yeah.
you know?
El Caleuche is said to have 2 distinct groups of beings on board. There are dead humans who have been brought back to life, and supernatural beings from Chiloé mythology who appear to control it. The ghostly ship is said to be manned by those humans who drowned at sea and were taken to the ship by 3 mythological characters from the royal family of the sea in Chiloé mythology. These were 2 sisters and a brother who were their children of Millalobo and the Huenchula, who were the king and queen of the sea. One sister was known as Sirena Chilota, which is the mermaid that I kind of told you about.
Okay.
And similar to a mermaid, and the other sister is the Pincoya, which is the more known one.
Okay.
It's a water spirit who helped their brother, the Pincoy, take their drowned mariners to El Caleuche. On board El Caleuche, the dead returned to life, perhaps in a similar state to zombies, and manned the ship. Other crew members are also believed to be kidnapped fishermen and sailors who were transformed into creatures similar to Imbuche, which is another strange entity in Chiloé's mythology. Another mythological figure, Brujo Chiloé, a kind of evil wizard or sorcerer, also likes to join the celebrations on board El Caleuche. He uses a magical animal similar to a water horse called Caballo Marino Chilote. And pretty much that's the background of what El Caleuche is. It's a ghostly ship with dead people and other creatures.
If I saw some shit like that, dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm out of there. I'm not. No, fuck that.
I would hope so.
But like, let me drive the boat.
I'll get better at reading these, honestly.
But I like both the stories. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah.
Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section of what you thought about Maita's stories. I like them. I personally like this the ship. If it's actually like you said, it goes
It's
underwater.
pretty much what you gotta picture is the dead ship from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, I know exactly which one. But you saying it pretty
I
much
wouldn't be surprised if
operates
that's
underwater
inspired on that.
too.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
It's
Like,
a dead ship.
I know.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
I honestly, now reading this, I never clocked it, but maybe the Pirates of the Caribbean are
I mean,
like
wasn't a lot of it shot over there? Or no, that was Star
no.
Wars. That was
I
Star
think it
Wars.
was I forgot where it was filmed, but it was not over there.
They
But I
the
would say maybe they did inspire in El Caleoche
Yeah,
because it sounds oddly similar if you ask me.
probably did.
But if you want, we can get into your story since you
Yeah,
gotta
I gotta head
go.
out in like 10 minutes, guys.
Here you go.
So I'm probably gonna be able to read maybe one.
I
Okay,
was originally gonna say like a personal paranormal stories from each of us, but we didn't get
we
the time.
we don't have the
So
time.
let us know for next episode if you do want to hear about it.
I
We
really
have a lot of them, especially me.
We really want to do this, guys. We are investing a lot into this, so if you guys can just please give us a like on the comment and leave us a comment and please subscribe. We want to get our subscribers up.
Please, we want to get monetized
For real. But all right,
so
guys.
it can be full time.
This is the story of the Dark Watchers. The legend of the Dark Watchers has threads reaching far back to the Spanish settlers. In the 1700s, reportedly called them Los Vigilantes Oscuros. Is that how you say it?
Los Vigilantes Oscuros.
Yeah,
The Dark Vigilance?
yeah, that's what they called them. You see, that's why I have her, guys. Literally, the Dark Watchers. Some believe Native Americans' oral traditions, especially of the church mass people, may have included such figures through scholars caution there's no direct document Kirschman myth that precisely matches. The legend made its way into American literature as well. The famed writer John Steinbeck briefly references a Dark Watchman. So, the Dark Watchers are said to be tall, shadow-like humanoids, often described uh, between 7 to 10 feet tall,
Damn.
and clad or clad in dark cloaks. I don't know if it says clad or clad in
Mm-hmm.
dark cloaks or robes, wearing wide brimmed hats,
Damn.
sometimes holding a walking stick or staff. If you really want to picture, imagine the Undertaker. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
imagine Undertaker's outfit when he walks out, but imagine
Damn.
him all darked out. That's
Okay.
how
Slay.
that's how I kind of pictured it in a sense, because that's how exactly how they looked.
Mm-hmm.
There's been hikers who've gone to the mountain over there,
Mm-hmm.
and they have actually encountered these dark watchers. And supposedly, when the hikers would approach them, they would disappear from them, and they would disappear. And sometimes, if you got too close to them, from what I read, actually reading this, is that they would disappear with them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
So they would kind of take them.
they would pretty much take them and disappear from the world, and they would go missing, and nobody would ever find like any of their friends or families whoever
Mm-hmm.
went hiking in that hill. Um,
Oh.
However, though,
And that's based here in California.
this is based here in California. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump to the next story, guys. So sorry. This next story is gonna be called "Laugh in the Dark." "Laugh in the Dark" is based in Long Beach, California, taken back in the 1700s, early
Mm-hmm.
1700s. Uh, Laugh in the Dark was a place, an amusement park in Long Beach that showed animatronics in a fun house for children. And
Mm-hmm.
it had, you know how Disney has those old animatronics, like
Like
those,
abandoned
yeah,
ones. Okay.
it wasn't abandoned, but they had those animatronics, the little clay ones that looked really real.
Okay.
So picture that.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a story, an urban legend where, um, they actually had a real live dead person in their place.
So it was like they thought it was an animatronic and it was actually a person?
So they had animatronics, but there was one that they had that was actually a real person. So I don't have all the details for this story, but I'm gonna try to remember as much as I can. The person they had in there as an animatronic supposedly was called Elmer McCurdy. Elmer McCurdy was
Mm-hmm.
a gunman in the early 1600s. He was known for robbing a train. And what happened was when Elmer was caught and shot during the train robbery, he was supposedly buried, but he was never buried. So Elmer McCurdy was supposedly buried in his grave. However, though, when looking down the years later, when they found he was actually clayed,
Mm-hmm.
his body was used in clay, and like as like
They
a
glazed, bro, like that.
they pretty much did.
Glazed.
So imagine from
Like a
early
ceramic mug.
pretty much that's exactly how it was, like a ceramic mug. um
Bro could have ended up in Madame Tussauds
but the thing is, what's so
or whatever it's
crazy
called.
about this story is Elmer McCurdy was in that laugh in the dark amusement park, or
Mm-hmm.
not amusement park, like a arcade place for
Okay.
65 years. His body was never laid to rest.
Did it never like smell or
So
anything?
that's where I'm gonna get to.
Is
There
it a legend or just a story?
Supposedly it's a legend, but it's a true story.
So it was a legend that
It became
it
true.
became true after
Yeah,
like looking into
because
it.
yeah. So
Okay.
what happened was, guys, when there was a film gonna happen called the $6 million Man or something, $6 billion man, and the film crew who was attending this place saw Elmer McCurdy right there, but supposedly thought it was an animatronic. What happened was one of the film directors were like, "I don't want this prop in my shot. I don't want him in there. Move him for me." And so obviously the guy moved him. When they were gonna move the animatronic, supposedly it stunk really bad. Like the quotes I got were that he smelled like fish. It smelled like fish. It smelled like a dead
Like
person,
rotten.
like rotten. Even kids have said it multiple times too.
That it smelled
It
weird where it
smelled
was.
weird before even the film crew got there. So what happened was when they went to go shoot a film, they wanted to move Elmer McCurdy, and when the guy went to go move him, his arm fell off. It
Okay.
was like, imagine like you taking a piece of clay off of
Like a
art.
mannequin, like
Yeah,
when
like a
you
mannequin.
accidentally.
And they thought they broke the animatronic, but they didn't see any electrical wiring, nothing. They saw pure bone. And that's when they knew it was Elmer McCurdy, because how they found out, they saw that he was shot with the Western
Mm-hmm.
bullets in him. He had like tokens in his mouth and a train ticket. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Wait, but like backtracking, how did it become a legend and then a reality?
So how it became a
What's the
legend.
story?
So the story about it is the place opened up in the early 1700s, the Laugh in the Dark, and was a place for kids. Uh, and McCurdy was there when for the whole opening thing, and how it became an urban legend. No, there was nothing confirmed about it. There was just like there was no news or nothing about it. Kids were saying, "Oh, they have real people as animatronics, stuff like that." And so what happened was when kids and stuff were saying stuff, it smelled and all that. Staffing never took it serious. The staffing never took it serious. We don't know if it's true or false because there's no videos on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's videos of people saying, "Oh, they found the body."
But there's an official record that it happened.
Yes, I want to say there was, because I tried looking. That's what I'm saying. I tried to
So
look.
the legend was pretty much that people would say like it would haunt you, or if, like
So
what's
what
the legend part of it?
the legend about the part was that it wasn't that it was haunting. It was more of the fact that you felt that that mannequin had life to it. That's why it was an urban legend. People thought it had life. It wasn't a normal animatronic.
Okay, but like the legend says that he would do something to you, or it's just
It was not. how can I say
Or it's
this?
just pretty much that
It didn't do anything to you.
it was
I didn't see
life.
any information on that particularly. I don't know if it haunted the actual place. I tried looking up as much as I can, but there was really not too much detail on it. But
Right.
let me tell you though that when people would go there, that's all they would do is just smell. You could
Rotten
smell rotten
flesh.
flesh. You smell the
Mm-hmm.
rotten flesh. You can feel the presence of maybe somebody watching you. That's probably what I assumed that was
So
happening.
the legend says allegedly it's a real person.
It was a real person, or it
And
was
then
not a real person. Supposedly, it wasn't a real person, but
well,
when
that's what I mean. Like the legend says that that person is, well, that animatronic is actually a person and not an animatronic.
yes, pretty much.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. This story actually really caught my attention because for this to actually happen in Long Beach, California, that's not far from us.
Yeah, that's like a 2 hour drive.
It's really not that far from us. And so once the film crew got there,
Mm-hmm.
they wanted to record. They ended up finding out
Like it was a
who it
real
was.
person.
Cause how they discovered it is they found the gun wounds, they found out who what's
Like
it
all
called?
the.
All the details into it.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a picture online that shows I don't know if it's true or not
Mm-hmm.
of his arm being missing, but that's when they moved the supposedly animatronic and it's
Mm,
cut off. You can actually see if you want, you could pull up a picture on it and it'll show you the gore like how it looked.
that's crazy.
And you know what's so weird is that their animatronics they had there were they would scare me honestly. I looked at them. They look really fucking scary, dude.
I mean,
Like,
old school animatronics as it is, if you have like megalophobia, which is where you're scared of big
mhm.
things, or
Dude,
like I forgot the name. I'll leave it here if I remember, but it was a phobia to big things underwater.
big things underwater.
Yeah, and most of them are because of like animatronics, like Moby Dick and
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So let me tell you, if you look up these animatronics, dude, like if you post them on the channel and everything,
Mm-hmm.
um, you will see how like weird these animatronics were, dude. Like
I
they,
will. I mean, my idea is to display images up there, so I might do
mm.
that of like what we're reading.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, um, looking at like this story, it's I don't even think it's an urban legend at this point. It's just a story.
Mm-hmm.
But there's really no information really on it. Like there's people talking about, yeah, like the film crew went there and they, this and that, but there's no like news reports and nothing on it. No
Mm-hmm.
nothing. Like no news reportings or anything like that. Um, but what's pretty crazy is how do they have a real person sitting in there and not smell that? They're workers.
Not the fact that it smells, because it couldn't be anything. Like even an animal could technically die in an animatronic. So maybe they brushed it off as like, oh, rat
Yeah.
or something. But more of the fact, like, it has to somewhat look too realistic to be fake.
That's what I'm saying. That's why a lot of people went up to them like, is that a real animatronic?
Or is that a person?
Or is that a person? They questioned it so many years.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, aside from the smell, how do you not question how it looks?
I know. And
To the point that you're like, someone has to
I
come
don't
make sure it's not a real
I
person.
don't know how they had him positioned in the place, but like just picturing that body just standing in there, it's
Mm-hmm.
like I would even question it like if Disney even did that or like anybody. It's like, dude, how do you even get away with that?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you guys right now, those animatronics that happened at Laugh in the Dark, those things they're actually still around. Actually, if
Really?
there's one animatronic I saw on TikTok, I think
Did they resell them?
they resold them. I think to a museum, if I'm not mistaken, in San Francisco,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a big animatronic that just laughs. I think her name is it's a girl. I don't know. I don't remember the name, guys. I don't remember the names of them, but it's a
Is it
female.
something you can see? Like go visit?
You can go visit it, I think. I mean, if that's the case, we could probably come back into this video
I
later.
mean, we do have friends out there.
We do have friends out there, but I can double check if it's still there. But that animatronic looked so weird. It was like probably a 6 foot animatronic.
Mm-hmm.
That's how big it looked.
Damn.
But Laugh in the Dark had a horror, pretty much a horror story to it. Old amusement park, old animatronics that scare little kids. Obviously, at this point, they didn't look friendly. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, you have a dead body that's been giving you money for
Rotting for
65
years.
years. And so the end of the story of it is that when they found it was a real human body, they actually buried him and put cement over his body so he can actually lay to rest. So they reopened up his grave and they
Mm-hmm.
put him back down to rest with cement so nobody can grab him.
People wanted to. Well, they
Well, like I
just
don't
in case.
yeah. So I don't know how they did it in the early 1600s of like how they buried them. But what's still weird is how did they like mummify him? It was a mummified.
The real question is how that even happened. Like,
That's where it's
we
like
should
we don't
look
know
more into the background of it and come back to the story.
for sure. Cause like I said, guys, I wish I had all my information together, but that was really one that I just remembered off the top of my head. I didn't even look at the screen for this, guys. Like that's something I'm telling you. I had a lot of research on this one. This one
Mm-hmm.
was like my main one.
I
Um,
can see why. I mean, it's connected to a murder and
but
a mystery murder because we'll never know who mummified him.
but
Or maybe we
this is
do.
how like one of them looked like. It looked like that.
Oh.
That was an animatronic. Trying to see,
Oh no.
but
That's
like
horrible.
that was one of their animatronics. She'll put it up for you guys for
I would
sure.
say that's worse than Annabelle.
It's pretty bad,
Like,
guys.
because
Oh, this
it's.
is the one. This is the one I was talking about. This is the one that you can see at San Francisco.
Oh.
I'll put it.
Even that one, like. No, I'll show it. It's
Okay.
fine. But even that one looks like an actual mummified person in a sense.
Like,
Like, you could probably mistake it by someone actually being inside of that animatronic.
well, that's I don't
I can
know
see. Is there any pictures of the actual
body one.
body one? Yeah.
I that's the thing. I don't know. There's too much information on there that
Mm-hmm.
I did see some pictures on there, but I don't know if that's how they found the body. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it was stuffed in the animatronic
Mm-hmm.
or they just had him out like that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
There's no information
Okay.
on it. Hold on real quick.
I can't imagine the feeling of being stuck inside an animatronic spiritually wise.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you're just displayed to the public like something so innocent, yet it's an actual body inside of that. It's just crazy.
Trying to see.
Or the fact that like maintenance didn't notice or anyone really. Like, I
No,
guess
nobody knew.
the guest could be like, "Oh, it looks a little too realistic," but obviously they're never gonna think it's a real person. But
Um,
as maintenance, obviously they gotta like clean them up and stuff sometimes. So how did you not find it suspicious that that was the main one, like smelling like rotten flesh?
so I like I said,
It's
how
almost like
um
whoever did it probably worked there, and it was,
um
I don't know, like someone from there obviously knew where to put him so that he wasn't found.
what's so weird is who bought that fucking thing? Like who bought him pretty much. Or who
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe that's why they never investigated further into whether or not it was a real person or not. Because maybe, like, whoever put him there probably worked at the amusement park
true.
or was somewhat of the owner of the place. So he always was like, it's okay, it's fine, it's not a big deal. Or it's, you know.
I can't really find the picture of him standing up. But I think this is what they saw, and that's how they found like the shit in his mouth. You know what I mean? Like the coin and all that
That's
stuff.
how he looked like?
I think that's how he looked like into the actual laugh in the park. That's why it's so scary, is
He
because
literally looks
looks
like
like
a
a human. That's
mummy.
why everybody was like, "How does that
It
look?"
looks like a mummy.
That's why I'm telling you guys, I didn't have to look at this damn thing because I knew it was in the 1600s, so that Elmer McCurdy died, and his story continued on. He was never laid to rest.
And also, like, from that picture to the one that you showed me of the one that's in a museum right now, you can tell which one is like too realistic and which one is like more plasticky looking.
That's what I'm saying, guys. Like amusement parks back in the 1700s. Like I wonder how many people got away with that.
Oh,
Probably a
plenty.
lot of them. I mean, I
Yeah.
know Disney was one of them for sure, weren't they? They used to use real human bones for
What I
the.
know is that the Pirates of the Caribbean ride has at least two real body bones. Like two real
That are still
bones.
there till this day.
Yeah, I think one is in the bed frame
Hmm.
and the other one is like when you like right after like the drop. I think you do like a turn and then he's right there in like a wall
Hmm.
and someone like stabbed him with a sword and I think some parts of him are real.
Oh wow.
Real bones.
But
Don't quote me on it cuz the main one I'm like 90% sure of is the one by the bed frame cuz that's the one people talk about
mhm.
the most. But the other one I don't know. That's just what I heard.
So Laugh in the Park was definitely I don't think it's an urban legend. I think it's a real story.
Well, yeah, it
Um
is if you said that.
I
There's
the thing
record
is
of
though, like there's records of it, but there's no news on it. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if the
so
news
they
was
kept
even
it
around.
hush hush.
Pretty much. I feel like that's how much that's what they did.
I think we should do more of like a deep dive into
I
it.
want to come back to this topic, guys,
We
because I
could do like an
was
animatronics episode.
I want to
Bring
come
it
back to
back.
this, guys, for sure, because I felt I was very unprepared. But you can even tell from my first, like me talking about the Watchers comparing to this one. I knew this one off the top of my head. Like I didn't even have to read anything, guys. Like the Laugh in the Dark actually really caught my eyes for the fact that they had a real person mummified for 65 years in their park
Yeah.
until they had a film crew who was trying to film the $6 billion man discovered the
The body.
McCurdy pretty much. They found his body. They knew it smelled, and they knew it was weird. There's just no
That's
way
why
it
they
added
didn't
up.
want it on the shot.
Exactly.
Well, it's a crazy story that we should definitely look into more.
Now, like for horror wise, I don't know if it was like there was stuff moving around or anything felt different, but that's all
Yeah,
I
like I
have.
said, that's why I feel like we need a more of a deep dive. But
I still think.
this,
Oh, I was just gonna say I think it's still a good story for me to bring
yeah,
it up.
yeah, yeah, for sure. But we only had time for one story for him because the other one didn't load for some reason. And also the one thing I'm gonna do, I should have done it in the beginning, but I'm gonna do it now.
But
It's we pretty much set intentions before we record about this because as paranormal stuff, you can bring stuff that you don't want in your space. And if we're filming this in our room, in our home, I feel like it's a thing that we should do every episode for the people looking at the podcast and hearing it. Um, we should set the intentions that no evil will pretty much like
Harmless.
there's no evil that will allow to harm us in any way, stay with us in any way. We don't want any negative anything happening to you guys or us. If there is something that hurt us at any point during this podcast, we do not claim your bad energy.
Mm-hmm.
We push you away.
Yeah,
We don't.
we don't need that right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm not religious, but I do believe that there is bad in the world, and I am not going to allow that here. So that's my boundary. If there is anything here, it's not welcome.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
But all right, guys. Well, this is going to conclude video number
First
7.
podcast and video number, I don't know, because it's
we we're
this one, it's either supposed to go up the same day of Halloween or yeah, I'm gonna claim that it will go up that day. It's a goodbye to October and Monstober.
well, we'll have plenty more Octobers for sure. I think
Yeah,
this next year is gonna be even better. We did go out this year, but I want to go out all out next year.
yeah. And I have stories of going to the Conjuring House, Winchester, and all that stuff. So,
Oh my god, dude! You should tell him.
well,
You
obviously,
have to tell him about that Big Bear trip, dude. We did last year.
yeah.
Like,
There's a lot of paranormal going on between us and
yeah.
within our group and family. So we'll definitely get into that. But for now, this is the first episode, and thank you if you stayed the entire episode because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be close to an hour.
I hope so. I mean, I delayed it a lot.
Yeah, but thank you guys for watching. Obviously, stay tuned for our normal videos and the podcast. I'm gonna categorize them so it's easier to find
Mhm.
episode by episode. And yeah,
All
we'll
right,
see you guys again.
Thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and please share. I mean, we're trying to do more videos. This is definitely something different for us, like I said, and we want to continue this. We are dedicated to this. She's dedicated. She has the hunger for it, guys. I'm telling you guys right now.
And we're gonna stay spooky. Very,
And
very spooky.
oh yeah, it's spooky.
Get spooky.
Like I got spooky diarrhea.
Yeah. This first episode, I'm not gonna translate it. I will maybe eventually start doing a part of the episode where the rest of it's in Spanish, but for now, I think I'm gonna just keep it with words.
Yeah.
And see how that goes from there. Bring the Spanish attention to it.
For sure.
And then eventually just do full episodes where we tell the stories in English and then I tell them in Spanish.
Yeah. But for now, guys, I gotta go. I have to head to work right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.